beer nerds, Amanda Alch here. I am your host and guide into the awesome world of craft beers from Dallas, Texas to around the country. This is Brew for You. Cheers.
2015 Beer Army, you know what that means. New beers, new year. I am so excited because today we are at Community Brewing and they are doing it big for their 2-year anniversary. They've made so many amazing things happen within 2 years. They've won gold medals at both Great American Beer Fest and the World Beer Cup, and they're doing awesome things for their community, really living up to the name. Today we are going to be celebrating with them and we're going to be talking to some awesome people. I am so excited for you to be a part of it here on Brew for You. Come on in. Hey Beer Army, we were with Kevin, who is the founder of Community Brewing. And as the founder, I mean, how excited are you about 2 years here, just having this great party? How do you feel about that?
It's incredible. I mean, you know, when you start any business, particularly one in this business, there's a lot of ramp up. You know, we worked for 2 years to just get it going.
Yeah.
And so to be 2 years in, just on its own is a remarkable feat that I'm proud of my team and all the hard work that we've done. And along the way, we've done some good things. And to have upwards of 2,000 people want to come celebrate with us is even
incredible.
More surreal. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's incredible. Now, you were a home brewer for 15 years before you started Community, which is insane, very cool. When you started Community, why did you want to open it in the first place? And what were the troubles that you had when you first tried to get the brewery running?
Okay, well, yeah, you know, just home brewing really kind of opened me up to understanding there's more to beer than what you could find generally on the shelves. And through that passion, I really started to seek it out here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. And at the time, this was several years ago, there really wasn't a whole lot. A couple of breweries locally, but nothing in Dallas proper. And I'd also travel a lot for a software company that I had. And you know, places like Denver and Portland, and you go there and you're like stepping into a different world.
Oh my gosh,
and,
yeah.
And you go into places, bars, and there's beers and taps from breweries that you've never even heard of, but when you taste it, it's just incredible beer. Then you come back to Dallas, great place to live, but there wasn't a lot of choice in terms of craft beer. So that's really kind of what got the thing going for me. And then it was putting together a business plan and you know, kind of checking to see what was involved.
Right.
And then I went back out to Colorado and Portland and met with a lot of breweries. They were very gracious to give me a lot of good advice. Really kind of looking for a reason not to do it.
What makes Community so special to you?
Well, I'll talk about not what sets us apart from other breweries. There's a lot of good breweries here in North Texas, but what makes us special, I think, is there's a number of things, and it really kind of starts with our brewing team. Jamie Fulton and Eric Hulsey, and Alex and Wes and Riggs before, he's no longer working here with us, but our brewing team, particularly the head brewer Jamie Fulton, is extremely technical. You know, these guys understand beer in and out, and to brew from a technical aspect, it's really how you have to really nail and dial in what you're trying to brew. The other thing is, we're one of a few breweries, particularly starting out, that has our own yeast lab.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
way cool.
I could go into a whole thing as to why that's important, but
of course.
The short story is it really helps us make sure that the quality is there. We're actually in there picking out good yeast strains and bad yeast strains. The consistency and quality. We can also do a lot more types of beers. A lot of breweries use maybe 1 or 2 yeasts in their beers. If we're brewing a triple and it calls for certain yeast, we're going to use the type of yeast that's true to style.
Yeah.
And then our team, you know, we're just good folks and passionate about beer.
Good friends.
Good friends.
Yeah.
We get on each other's nerves as happens when you're like, you know, sweating in the brew house.
Right.
But the passion is there, and you'll see when you talk to our team, we're all just good, happy people. That's
awesome.
Just privileged to be doing this, really.
Awesome. Well, I can tell you really love your beer, and you love this place, and you love the people in it, and I think that's super special. So thank you so much for talking with us at Brew for You, and if you could do a toast and, you know,
get drafted. Thank you for being a community beer company, and thank you to the community who support not only us, but local craft beer. Cheers.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Kevin. So nice to talk to you.
We'll see you. Have fun.
Thank you.
marketing here at Community Brewing, and he has set up a tasting, which is my favorite part of every episode on Brew for You. Tell us what we've got right now.
All right, we got a kind of an assortment of our beers that we're pouring today. We're actually pouring 30 different beers at our 2-year anniversary here, which is pretty amazing for us being a small brewery to get 30 different beers on tap. So I gave you kind of a wide variety so you can get a little taste of everything.
All right.
We're going to start off with our Public Ale.
Okay.
This is the house favorite, I guess you could say. Public Ale is an English style extra special bitter. Fairly well balanced beer. It's coming in at 5.2% ABV. So sessionable by most craft beer terms. This beer took gold medal at the Great American Beer Festival 2013 and 2014.
Oh my gosh!
Pretty impressive stuff.
Amazing!
Yep.
That's so cool.
It's not very common for a single beer to win back-to-back gold medals at the Great American Beer Festival. But English style beer, very underrated style. But
it's delicious.
Right on.
It's very, very good.
I'm glad that you like it.
Yeah, and lives up to the title, let me tell you. All right, I'm ready for the next one.
Beer number 2. All right. The voted on name was Brett's Get It On as a tribute to both Marvin Gaye and Brettanomyces, which is a wild yeast strain.
Right.
So Brettanomyces creates a lot of funky flavors in beer.
Sure. A lot of sours.
Some sour tastes, absolutely a lot of farmhouse tastes.
Yes.
There's a lot of funkiness.
Saisons are made. Some?
Sure.
Yeah.
But anyway, so what we did was we took the base beer, which is an American Pale Ale.
Okay.
100% fermentation with 3 different strains of Brettanomyces.
Nice.
Aged in an oak barrel for 5 months.
Oh my God.
And then we dry hopped, can I say crap out of it?
Yeah.
I just did. All right. Dry hopped it with 3 different American hops to give a lot of citrus bite in the finish. It's coming in at 6.5% ABV. We haven't got a lab analysis back yet. And this is our 2-year beer.
Nice. This is the commemorative beer for this party.
The commemorative beer, yeah.
Yeah.
It's my favorite beer that we're pouring today. Absolutely.
Oh, that is awesome. That's really good and definitely funky. You were right about that, for sure.
It's an interesting style for sure. Brettanomyces is a lot of fun to play with. Our in-house yeast lab manager, Eric, he's got a degree in microbiology, so we propagate our own yeast, and he's a pretty talented guy, as you can tell.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. That is really, really good. Okay, what do we got next?
All right, the next beer is our Funnel Cake Ale. We did this beer as a tribute to the State Fair.
Right.
We were asked by State Fair to do a commemorative beer. So what we did is we were playing around with vanilla at the time. We took an English style beer, a mild ale, lower ABV. At the State Fair, people like to drink a lot, so we wanted something that was sessionable.
Right.
So it's coming in at 4.1% ABV. Took that base beer and aged it on organic vanilla beans. So fairly reminiscent of funnel cake, and at the State Fair, they were rimming the glass with powdered sugar.
Yeah, so it was very sweet.
Sweeter finish, absolutely. You get a lot of vanilla, some breadiness from the English malt. That's
sure.
And yeah, and it was a great beer. Good opportunity for us at the State Fair. It was very fun.
Oh my gosh, you can the vanilla like you.
In the nose.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
Wow. That does taste like funnel cake. Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
Yeah, pretty crazy.
Pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Wow, that's really good.
Yep.
I mean, I wish you could smell it. It really does smell like straight up vanilla.
All we need is a little powdered sugar.
I mean, you're
and a corn
drinking.
dog, I guess.
Yeah.
You're like right there at the State Fair for sure.
Mustard everywhere. All right, next.
All right, the 4th beer, Fritz's Reserve. It's an Imperial Amber, and the story behind this beer is Jamie Fulton, our head brewer. He brews a beer for the birth of each of his sons that theoretically he can age for 21 years. So it's a big beer, big ABV.
Right.
So this is for his second son, Fritz. It's an Imperial Amber Ale, hopped with a lot of American hops, coming in above 10% ABV. And this was a kind of a throwback to that. It's the same recipe. It's not the actual beer that he brewed for Fritz years ago.
Sure.
But we wanted to bring it back. He's got all of his sons here today for the anniversary, so this is Fritz's Imperial Amber.
Well, this is so cool. Like he brews the beers actually in dedication to his sons. That's really special.
The 3rd beer in the series was originally Will's Wheat Wine. We audited the name when we released it to the public to Minivan because Jamie actually had to go out and buy a minivan after he had his 3rd son. So yeah, kind of making fun of him.
Yeah,
for that,
yeah.
Yeah, it's a very cool thing. Amazing beers out in the tent. You should go try them. The other two in the series, I guess.
That's a delicious beer. That's really good.
You gotta watch out. That'll sneak up on you.
I know. That's a hefty one. Well, so will this one. This one's. Whew, I love those Legions. They're delicious. We haven't even had that yet. It's one of my favorites here. So I'm a stout fan.
There you go. Yeah. If you like dark beer,
all right.
That is pretty much as good as it gets in our community. So Legion, the story behind this beer, we threw the name out to the public. So we allowed the public to enter in their own submissions for a name for a Russian Imperial Stout. We had over 400 submissions.
Oh my gosh.
It's pretty awesome, yeah. So
wow.
Like 430 something submissions. And then in-house we narrowed those down to like our 20 favorite. Sent those 20 names out to all of our accounts around town. Let them vote on their favorites. And Legion ended up being the winner. So we then took that base beer, which is 12 different malts, a very high ABV Russian Imperial Stout, 9.9%, very dark, lots of coffee, chocolate, burnt toast flavors.
Oh, yeah.
Then we took that beer and we aged it in a blend of Colorado whiskey and Kentucky bourbon barrels for 5 months.
Awesome.
So the final product coming in at 11.6% ABV.
Yeah.
This was our winter beer. We did a very small release in December, very small release in January, and a very small release in February. Well, we will do another release in February, and that's the first release, actually. So, there you go.
It's my favorite. I mean, you saved the best for last for me because I love this beer.
That's been the winter favorite here at our staff. The barrel aging really creates a lot of vanilla and oaky notes, and really complements that base Imperial Stout.
Of course.
It's amazing.
Okay, so if people want to come out and they want to try these beers, what can they do? How can they get here?
Our tap room's open Thursday, Friday, and Saturday after our tours. So Thursday and Friday from 5 to 10-ish, and then Saturday we do our tour and open house from 2 to 5, where you come in, you get your drink tokens, the larger crowds, live music, food trucks, local artists displaying their art.
It's like another party that they can come to.
It's a smaller version of what you're experiencing today.
Yeah, of course.
And then from there we roll into what we call taproom hours, where we sell beer by the glass. So from 5 to 10, then you can come in and buy just a beer by the glass like you would at a normal bar. And that's a great time. We do a lot of one-off releases in our tap room.
Sure.
A lot of firkins, a lot of beer that doesn't make it outside of these four walls. The tap room is kind of the showcase for those kind of beers.
What do you see in the next 10 years for community?
10 years, huh? Jeez, I don't know.
More
I'm
beer.
To tomorrow. So,
more beer. Lots more beer.
More beer. Yeah, we do have an expansion plan this year. We'd like to get to some other of the big markets here in Texas.
Sure.
So that's certainly on the docket. Maybe regional, I think, is something that we've talked about.
Yeah.
But I think for us, primarily the goal is just to continue to make the best beer we possibly can.
Awesome.
And that's it. I mean, that's at the end of the day, everybody here drinks what we make because we really do love the product. We want to be able to give back to the community as much as we can, and to have an amazing crowd that comes in here today and appreciates what we do. To us, that's fantastic. And so if we can grow while doing that, there you go.
Well, community definitely lives up to the name. You guys are doing really awesome things around Dallas-Fort Worth, and are really
soon to
making
be Austin and San Antonio.
Making special beer, special beer. You, like I said, you've been awarded at GABF, you've been awarded at the World Beer Cup, so you're doing some awesome stuff for 2 years.
Tell you what, I mean,
such an honor.
Without Jamie and Eric, our head and assistant brewers, I mean, those guys are incredibly talented, and that's the backbone of the business. And so you got to chalk it up to them first and foremost. They make some fantastic beer, and we do whatever we can to kind of support them and grow that side of the business. So yeah.
Well, thank you, Corey, for my flight. I'm gonna finish them
because
the
rest of your beers, though. You got a ways to go.
I know, I do. Well,
and there's like 25 other beers out there that you probably need to get to at some point.
I know.
Maybe you can walk out of here.
I'm trying to hurry because I'm trying to do all these interviews, and I really just want to go outside and get into the tents. You know what I mean?
I know.
So this is slowing me down.
Dude, by the way. My glass is almost empty, so
I don't know. What am I doing?
Yeah.
All right.
Let's walk around.
Okay, let's walk around.
Okay. Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers with
with
the Legion.
Absolutely.
That'd be great.
If you like stouts, by the way, vanilla bean Ascension Coffee Baltic Porter. It's out in the
Awesome.
It is amazing.
Can you do a favor for me and toast Brew for You?
Yeah, but we should get a lot of people that are involved now.
Yes,
Like,
of course. Well, we have to do
like-
that too, of course.
all right.
Yeah.
Well, either way, cheers. Brew
Cheers,
For you.
Brew for
Thank
You.
you guys for coming out. Happy
Get
anniversary.
drafted. Woohoo!
There you go.
We have to get. I know. We're back with David Dean, or Bert and Ernie, as we call them, from episode 1 at Deep Ellum, and now they're here at Community.
Once again,
Oh my
enjoying
gosh.
great beer.
Yeah, this is 4,
All right.
and it's the first episode of the new year. It's exciting.
All right. Here's to a new year.
Here's to a new year.
Great blogging.
Great vlogging. That's right. How big? Do you guys love Community? Are you glad to be here?
Brewery, Fantastic place.
Yeah.
Too many damn beer drinkers here.
I know.
But outside of
They
that,
let the riffraff
beer is
in.
outstanding.
Well, I mean, you guys have had Community beer obviously before. What's your favorite beer that they have today?
Today is the Bourbon Barrel. The Bourbon Barrel
Legion?
Legion.
The Legion.
Absolutely tasty.
Beautiful, isn't it? Delicious. How about you? What's your favorite beer?
So far, this one right here.
Okay.
The Trinity Triple is outstanding.
Trinity Triple.
I think that's what it's called.
Yeah. Do you guys homebrew?
No.
No?
I tried it once.
You tried it once.
I failed.
That's why we come to the beer
why
fan.
I leave it to the experts now. I threw out my
Leave it to the
shoulder.
experts.
It was a mess. I had, I spent a week in the hospital, so
Oh my
I leave
God.
it to the professionals now.
All right, yeah. So it's not really in your forte anymore. But you come to every single beer event.
Well,
You
not
guys-
every single.
I mean,
We try.
It's
We try.
It's a lot.
try.
And you go together always.
And Michael, our shy buddy back there.
Sure.
He's
And
the
how
shy
did you
guy.
guys? How did you guys meet each other?
His ex-wife.
That's right. All right. Well, we have had so much fun today. You
It's
guys
been
are
a
awesome.
great day, and it's wonderful
It is
seeing you
beautiful.
again.
Yes.
You
Oh my
are
gosh,
awesome.
good to see you guys. You're amazing. You're gonna be in every episode. It's
I
ridiculous. We had a blast
It
today.
was fun. A beautiful day for beer drinking.
Beautiful
Perfect.
day for
Yeah.
beer drinking. That's right. Woohoo!
Great place.
We're so lucky to have Jamie, who is the head brewer at Community Brewing. Jamie, so happy to have you.
Thanks for coming.
Of course, yeah, we're happy to be here. 2 years, it's very exciting.
It is.
Yeah,
Long road.
yeah. So first of all, I want you to tell me about the 2 beers that you brewed for your sons
Yeah,
that
yeah.
you have featured today.
Okay. There's 3 of them actually.
There's 3 today.
Yeah. So we brewed since I've been at Community. We brewed one called Minivan. That was my 3rd boy, Will, and I did get the minivan. But yeah, so brewed a wheat wine for Will to celebrate his birth. And years ago, when I had a brew pub in Fort Worth, we brewed a barley wine for my first one, Jack.
Okay.
So that's Jack's Reserve barley wine, and then Fritz Reserve Imperial Amber. So these are all kind of extremely big beers,
Right.
and I kind of tried to outdo every one of them every time
Yeah.
I did it. And as I became a more experienced brewer, especially here at Community, I tackled a really obscure style called wheat wine,
Right.
which is kind of like a barley wine, but with lots of wheat.
Oh, wow.
Very technically challenging to brew.
Yes.
And but yeah, so it was lots of fun, and just a fun way to kind of welcome into the world. And beers that may last until they're able to try them. We'll
Right,
see.
right.
I've got a keg of each of them sitting in my dad's cellar at his
That's
ranch.
amazing. And they're
Pretty
high
cool.
alcohol content beers so that they can age well.
Yeah.
So you got some big ones. Specifically, like I love barley wines, and those are Those are big boys,
that's
you know?
the lowest alcohol at 10%.
Oh my gosh, crazy.
11.5, and yeah.
But that's so special that you're doing it so that they can have them hopefully on their 21st birthday.
We'll see.
We'll see.
That's a government law.
Yeah. So, will you tell me about the science behind brewing at Community Brewing?
Yeah, so one of the unique things we do versus a lot of other breweries, especially a lot of small breweries, and which I did when I had a brew pub, you order yeast from a lab and it's delivered to you. So at Community, one of the more scientific things that we're doing that sets us apart is we run our own yeast lab where we culture all of our own yeast from a slant and step it up and grow it in our propagation system.
Wow.
So this not only allows us to do it very cheaply, a pitchable size for one of these fermenters costs about $500. To do it in our lab with the supplies we have on hand, it's maybe 40 bucks.
Oh my gosh.
And not only is it cheaper, it's fresher, and we can do lots of different blends with the yeast.
Sure.
You'll notice if you're familiar with our beers, we use up to 3 and 4 strains in some of them.
Yeah.
All contributing something different, giving our beer its own unique taste, because this is our own blend of yeast.
Sure.
And it's just fresher.
Yeah.
We don't have to have it shipped across the country after it's been centrifuged and kept on ice.
That's incredible.
So that's one of the things, but also just my right-hand man here, Eric Hulsey, and I are both very technically oriented brewers. He's more of the microbiological side. While I'm familiar with that, he's getting his undergraduate in that. And I've got a lot of experience with the equipment, and
Sure.
We both have a very thorough understanding of just brewing science principles. We both graduated from Siebel Institute.
Oh, wow.
So we come at it from a very scientific standpoint.
Sure.
And but there's definitely a lot of art involved.
Yes, of course there is.
But,
of course
yeah,
there is.
It's a blend of the two.
It is. It comes together. Now, one thing that's very cool is you guys have only been open for 2 years. However, you have won gold medals at both Great American Beer Festival and the World Beer Cup, competing against huge breweries who have been around for 30, 40 years. How do you
hundreds of years,
yeah,
some.
hundreds of years, some of them. How do you decide what beers you're going to send to competition, and how did you get involved in that in the first place?
Yeah, the last question. When I was a young brewer and I had my brew pub, I just decided to start entering competitions. What the heck? I thought my beer was good, great, but one of the very first ones I entered was World Beer Cup in 2008. I didn't even go. I didn't even know what was going on. I was closing down a restaurant at like midnight with my bartender, and I got a text from one of my guys I graduated brewing school with, and he told me Vienna just won a gold medal at World Beer Cup.
Oh my gosh.
And so, it's very meaningful as a brewer to win at one of those two competitions.
Sure.
Those are the biggest and the most professionally run, bar none, in the world.
Of course.
It's the top people in the field that are doing it. I had the honor of actually judging for the first time at Great American Beer Festival this year. But to win there, and especially to get gold above all others, is there's really no words to describe it. It's humbling. It's just makes me so proud of the team that I have here, because I don't do all this by myself.
Yeah.
I've got just a great team of guys. Eric especially, he's been with me since my brew pub. And it's giving me goosebumps thinking about it. I mean, the moment when the bronze is announced, the silver, and you're like, there's no chance, and they announce your name. I mean, there's no other feeling like it. But deciding on what we enter, it's very much based on style guidelines. So some of the beers we make don't really fall very neatly into specific guidelines of the competition, and so I mean, maybe like it's a little too dark. Like I brewed a Weizenbach at the Covey that was blonde. That was my old brew pub, and it doesn't fit into a category. So even though it may be a great beer, stylistically it may not fit in there. So it really has to hit all those marks of the styles. And say you've got 10 beers that you think will fit, and you can only enter 5 entries. You just gotta pick wisely.
So Community is definitely super involved in the community. You live up to the name totally. You had the funnel cake beer actually at the state fair, which is really cool.
Yeah.
What do you have in store for 2015?
We're I don't know if I can really talk about it. I know one. We're doing. We want to do some kind of a summery session ale, like below 5%. Very drinkable, definite hop character to it, but not overly hoppy. We've already got Mosaic, which is our, extremely hoppy, high alcohol beer.
Right.
We're threatening to do raspberry. We're calling it Razzie, the raspberry wit in cans. It was a huge hit, and we all loved it in the brewery, and it just flew through the market. So
awesome.
Yeah.
Well, Jamie, thank you so much for talking to me.
All right, cheers and get drafted.
Yeah.
I think they want you on the show.
It's good for you. Oh no! We are so excited. We're talking to Daniel. He is the chef at Luck, which is an amazing, amazing restaurant that features craft brews, including community brewing, who we're visiting today. Tell us something about Luck, how you got started, and why you love food and beer so much.
Okay. Currently, we represent all 21 of all North Texas beers. Every North Texas beer that's local within a 75-mile radius. So it's only local North Texas beers. We love craft beer. We're in a small business, and we just wanted a nice restaurant to showcase those beers and to make some good food to go with that beer.
Yeah, and how do you make beer and food happen? I mean, a lot of people picture wine and food going together. How does beer and food pair? I mean, I know that it's delicious, but how do you find the notes to be able to pair with food?
I think pairing beer with food is a little bit easier than pairing it with wine. I mean, it's malty, it's sweet, it's spicy, it's herbal. Whatever the dish is, you try and find those notes in your food to either compare or contrast. And we're glad to do that for people. And we have beer dinners about once a month, and it's a lot of fun.
Awesome. Well, we are so proud of you at Luck. I have had your food, and it's absolutely incredible. If somebody wants to come visit, where can they go?
We are in Trinity Groves. That's off of Singleton in Dallas, right beneath the Margaret Hunto Bridge. We are one of many restaurants on a strip mall. We are Luck, local urban craft kitchen. Come see us.
Awesome. Thank you so much. You're awesome, Daniel.
Appreciate it.
Great. Thank you. All right, let's keep going. Let's get some more beer.
Don't apologize.
Are you a craft? It's Brew for you. Do you want to do an interview?
Look, yeah, I'm a
All
home
right.
brewer.
All right, you're a home brewer.
I am
That's
a home
amazing.
brewer.
8 years ago, you started home brewing. And how much do you love home brewing now? Do you still do it?
Yes, absolutely. I just built a kegerator, actually. 3 taps.
Oh my gosh. And you're at Communities 2 year. How do you feel about that? It's pretty awesome.
It is pretty awesome.
The actually, it's amazing that Kevin and all of these great guys. Kevin started homebrewing for 15 years. How amazing is that?
That's exactly what Dallas is all about. We can turn something that was just a hobby into something that's really cool into an enterprise.
Awesome. And I know that Community Brewing has some fantastic beers. What's your favorite?
Ooh, that's a really hard choice. My favorite has been the Brett.
The Brett.
Brett down on it?
Yes.
Because it's only secondary fermented with the Brettanomyces yeast strain. So
it's exciting. And it's the 2 year anniversary beer.
It is, and it's different. It's different. Because normally the Brett beers are way too sour for the average consumer.
Right.
But because they use it in the secondary, it makes it a little more palatable to everybody else.
Right. Well, awesome. It was so nice to meet you. What's your name?
Joshua.
Joshua. So nice to meet you. You're awesome. If you could do a cheers with your beer, and say brew for you and get drafted. That's what our sort of slogan is.
Got it. All right.
Here we go.
Cheers. Brew for you. Get drafted.
Get drafted. We're with one of the biggest community fans. Tell us about your favorite community beer.
All of them. Can't choose. It's impossible.
It's impossible.
It
They've
is.
only been
I've
around.
already drank it all. I don't even have any more in my glass. Look at that.
They've only been around for 2 years, and they've been doing some fantastic stuff. What do you think about that?
It's great. I like their IPAs. Got a good bitterness to it. Good IBUs on that. I really enjoy those. Those are probably my favorite.
Nice. And what made you decide to come to their 2-year anniversary?
Anniversaries usually mean food trucks and a lot of people, and that's my environment. So.
Nice. Nice.
Why
it's
wouldn't
great.
I come?
Why wouldn't you come? That's a great question. Do you love, obviously you love community brewing, but do you love craft beer in general?
Oh,
Is
yeah.
that all you drink?
I haven't had a Bud Light in years, so it's always better taste, and more companies should think of doing it that way instead.
Yes,
better,
of course.
Better ingredients.
Well, what were you drinking that you're out of? What do we need to get you?
This was the sour. It was, I can't remember which one it was. Hold on.
It was the
one of the
sour,
two
yeah.
I can check right here. And this one was the Funky Town.
Nice. What did you think about
Public Enemy one.
What did you think?
It was good.
It was good? Yeah.
I haven't had one here that I dislike.
Yeah, they're amazing.
Yeah,
they're so great here. Okay, well, we are so excited to be here at Brew for You, and that's the name of my show.
What is it?
Brew for You.
Brew for You.
Yeah,
Okay.
and you're going to be on it.
Hey, Mom!
So, we would love for you to do a toast. Well, you don't have any beer.
No, I told you I drank it all.
Oh, dang it. Well, that's unfortunate. But high five. That was horrible.
No.
Let's try that again. All right, yeah. Ooh, that's done.
Get drafted!
Yeah, get drafted! All right, what a fun time we are having at Community for their 2-year anniversary party. We are sitting with Jake, who is the founder of House of Growlers.
Yes, ma'am.
This is one of the big kahunas right here.
One of the many of the best sellers.
Yeah, yeah. So how'd you get started doing that?
Oh, I'm a horrible home brewer. I am. I tried it so many times and I couldn't do it worth it. I just couldn't do it.
Oh.
So I wanted to be involved somehow, some way. So I found out I was sitting in Crafting Growler one day and thought, I can spice this up. So anyway, 2 years later, here we are. We have fun, creative, unique growlers that give you a way to express yourself.
Awesome. And you must love craft beer.
That's an understatement. I mean, my first craft beer my brother introduced me to was Sierra Nevada Pale Ale.
Okay.
And then from ever since, bam.
Bam.
Hooked.
You were hooked.
I was. And then Community has accepted us as one of their own, and it's been a lovely partnership.
Oh, great. Yeah. And so, how did you get hooked up with Community to be a vendor here?
Honestly, I just walked in one day, visited with Kevin, and he said, all right, well, let's do it. And then it's been glorious ever since. We're here every Saturday.
Nice. Where can people find your growlers?
They can go to Luck, Lakewood Growler. Luck, Lakewood Growler, and we're here every Saturday. We go to beer festivals throughout the country. And then, so I mean, that's pretty much it.
So, for people that maybe, are new to the craft beer scene, how important is it to have a growler?
It's very important for basically all the growler is obviously just an empty jug.
Yeah.
But it's craft beer to go is the way to get it.
Yeah.
And so for locally here in Dallas, Pedicolis does not brew. I'm sorry, he brews, but he does not can or bottle. The only way you're going to get his beer to go or home is in a growler.
Nice.
So, I mean, it's the freshest way to get beer.
Right. And so, how do you come up with your designs?
We would usually partner with like local artists here in Dallas, or we just see something we really like or something we feel is funny or creative, and we just go with it.
You go with it.
Some work, some don't, but majority of them it works.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, congrats to you.
Thank you.
Yeah. How are you? Are you having fun at the party?
Once again, that's an understatement, and it's just started. That's the problem. Hey, thanks for Uber.
Yes, thanks for Uber. Cheers to that.
Cheers.
Yeah, to 2 years at Community, to House of Growlers.
Thank you.
All the success in the world to you.
Thank you very much.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Cheers to Brews for You, and get yourself drafted.
I've got too many things in my food. For You had an amazing time at Community Beer Company. They had fantastic beers, over 30 that they singled out today just for the people that came to this party, and we had a blast. We got to talk to the House of Growlers. They were so cool, so fun to be around. And you know, all the brewers and all the people that work here, they really do work together. That's what makes community so special. We were just lucky to be a part of it. But we hope to see you next time here on Brew for You.